friends. I had some glue and water and, well, just glue and water sitting here in a jar for a while from another project, and I thought, well, I should use that for something before it goes bad. I think it eventually will. So I stirred in just some coffee grounds because I already had the water in there, and it actually dissolved really well. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to make, I'm just going to try something. If you're watching this, then it probably worked. If you're not watching it, then it probably failed. So I just thought I would do another take on this napkin idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the napkin upside down on a couple of pieces. This is just some plastic that I got from those old photo album cover to go on top of the pages. Because I have lots of that around, but you could use a plastic bag, you could use butcher paper. I wouldn't use wax paper because I think wax paper would probably stick to the project, so I wouldn't use that. And then I have an old hymnal here. It's a couple of pages. I have some Bible pages, and I have some dictionary pages. These ones I just cut into strips because then I can piece them a little bit more on here. So basically what I'm just going to do is build a collage on the back of this napkin. So I'm just going to get my big paintbrush here, and I'm just going to start with one of my larger pieces, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. I don't need much at this stage, I just need enough to make it stick to the napkin. So just like that, and turn it over and stick it onto my napkin. This is like a collage, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm just going to build this like a little puzzle kind of thing so I can fit things in. I kind of like that diagram, so I think I'll use that side. So just do that. Oh, I got two pieces here. So I'll put that on there. It's going to be a little bit of gaps, which is totally fine. Okay, and then I'll just maybe build my puzzle here a little bit so I know where I'm going with it. So let's some dictionary paper there. And maybe I'll use half a hymn page there. That will probably work well. So, doesn't really matter. Just do that. I'm just looking to see if it has a little bit kind of solid text. I don't want a bunch of blank spaces, but it doesn't have to be anything other than that. So just paint that on like that and put it like that. And then all your pieces are glued on, and then you just flip it over. It might stick a little bit if you got a little bit of glue. Flip it over and then give it a nice good coat all over on this side of the napkin. So when we do these, we always kind of are a little bit careful. We have to be a bit gentle because the napkin will tear if it gets wet. It's good to do it from the center out. So I'm just doing that. I'm just going to maybe speed this up so you don't have to watch me do that, and I'll be back when I'm finished. Okay, so I got that all covered. I've got some nice little wrinkling happening there, which will give it some nice texture when it's done. So I'm just going to put it aside and let it dry, and then when it's dry, I'll come back and show you what it looks like. So now my napkins are nice and dry. You can tell, you can see the book pages through there, which is very cool. I noticed a little bit on the edges. Maybe I didn't put enough glue there. Maybe just that edge. The rest of them look okay. So I could just stick a little bit of glue there, or just put a little glue when I'm making my project. But I think they turned out really cool. And here's this one. I'm just peeling it off of the plastic. It comes off super easy when it's dry. So there's this one. And this one. This one you can really see a lot of it because there was a lot of white space, which is neat. And then this one. I like this one. So I'm going to get set up with a couple of things, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what I'm going to make. So I took my Tattered Florals Tim Holtz die again, and if you watched one of my previous videos, we watercolored book page and then just punched out all of these flowers out of this Tattered Florals die, and I thought I would do the same with these guys. So I did that, and I really like they have a really nice texture. You can see the book page through the napkins there. They have a nice crinkly texture. So I did that, and then there was you know, a few spaces here and there, so I actually used some of my punches. I used a circle punch, I used a scalloped square punch for those, I used this little strip punch. There's even these ones that, you know, you kind of punch around it, but you can use those for some little collage pieces or something like that. So I thought that that was really neat. So it actually made a pile of these. I made some flowers out of them. I just put in the same centers that I used for those other ones. Just I think I'd shown, oh, I don't have any more over here, but well, they just come in a little thing like this. I had these for many years, so I'm not sure if they're even available, but any kind of, you know, gem center or whatever. This one I did one of the watercolors, and then I did a napkin in the middle, and then a gem there. So they look neat mixing and matching. I used the book page watercolor there, and then the napkin there with that as the center. This one I just put a bit of eyelash trim underneath the center. This was the napkin and the watercolor and the center there. This one, and I did some little black lines around it like I did in these ones as well. So this was just a simple center on the napkin. I think they turned out really neat. I think they'll really look good on lots of different projects. That's those ones. One thing I forgot to mention when I was initially doing this is I just use the top ply of the napkin, so I take the other plies off. That way I think you could see the book page through it better. So yeah, so I'm really happy with how they turned out, and they were, you know, pretty quick and easy to do. This is a page from my new kit, and I think those are going to look really nice with this kit, so I'm planning on using some of these on my new kit with my new journals, so you'll see them again. So I'm just gonna finish. I just did the one napkin so far, so I'm gonna finish the other napkins, and then I'll just put a couple of pictures at the end and show you what I made, and hopefully this inspires you to try something different with your napkins, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, friends.